Our interns are driving innovation that directly improves how we work.
My name is Tiana Roehl, and I'm going to be a junior at MSOE, and I'm a mechanical engineering intern here at Reader Precision.
My name is Preston Whitcomb. I'm currently going into my senior year at Milwaukee School of Engineering, studying computer science, and I was an intern as a data engineer.
So what I'm working on is a system of CMM pallet plates. So it's a system of docking rails and pallets that are set up in a grid system, and then the rails get screwed down and the pallets are removable. So the idea is to help with operators can put their parts that they're going to run to measure on the machine. They can put it on the pallet and then pop the pallet right in.
With Tiana's new project of this interchangeable CMM pallet system, we're hoping to be able to utilize these machines a little bit better. What we're seeing is a lot of downtime as we switch fixturing for part to part, and with her new system, that will be a seamless one-click, take the old system out, put the new system in, and we're seeing a lot more consistency between how we're fixturing parts with her new system.
One of our biggest projects we did was making a dashboard that would allow all of our data in various places of the company to be concisely shown, and so we used an application called Streamlit to make it in an accessible way. Most of the higher-ups and executives don't have the coding knowledge needed to really get into the data that we have, but then Ryan and I don't have the executive knowledge to know what to show here or what to do in this situation. So these dashboards allow us to make an interactive way to show how the data looks over time or different features like that, and we can make it controllable for them so that they can actually show what the data looks like while we allow it to be presented like that.
The Streamlit dashboards took all of the data out of our ERP, which kept lots of data but didn't necessarily organize it or visualize it in the nicest ways. And it put it into the perspective of what is every team's win versus loss, and how can we show that in the most efficient way possible so that each individual team can open their respective page and check immediately how the status is.
One of the biggest challenges with working at a machining company like this as a computer scientist is trying to find a way to work on the same page with the operators who don't know coding and implementations that I'm doing, while I don't know how they are actually handling the parts. So with the camera app and the dashboards and all of the projects that I've been working on, figuring out a way to get a common ground of here they're explaining what they're doing and here I'm explaining what I can do. Finding the common ground of that was a really important part of figuring out how to actually make impactful projects.
I definitely felt like I was part of the team when I was picking projects. It wasn't even like little random tasks, it was like projects that people really want to have done and process improvement around here. So it was like I got to work on something that was actually going to be used and implemented right away. It wasn't just little menial tasks. So it was cool to be a part of the team in that sense too. And just the overall culture here, everybody just wants to help you and wants you to learn. So it's very supportive. You can ask anyone a question and they'll help you out. So it definitely was very welcoming in that sense.
The interns here at RPS are only limited by what their imagination is. The projects we have available span all sorts of different areas throughout the building, throughout the facility. We get to work cross-functionally across different teams, introducing them to everybody in the shop that makes this place a great place.
I would definitely recommend an internship at RPS, especially as a computer scientist. Having the ability to work with all these mechanical engineers and piece operators is such a unique experience where nothing I've done in classes before has covered any similar ground like that. Being able to see these physical pieces come out and then influencing that with my code solutions is super unique and nothing that I expected to have happen over the summer.
The advice I'd give to somebody interning would be to just try new things and ask questions, because you really learn the most by doing things you don't know how to do, because by the end you learn how to do them and then you can look back and see how much you've grown. And so very glad I learned new skills, so I'd recommend to just try new things and ask questions so you don't know how to do it.
The advice I would give to someone considering an internship at RPS is to not restrict yourself to just what you know or what you're comfortable with or what your degree is. Being able to take a stab at something new and just try something and learn it opens up so many more opportunities, especially here at RPS, where you can help out in something that you don't have experience in, like helping an operator on a machine, even though you don't know what the machine is. If you're willing to take that stab at something new, you can make such a big difference that otherwise you wouldn't be able to do.